Good morning, miners. This is Garcia Sanchez for the Prospector News Weekly. Today's date is September 1st, 2017. In spite of SB4 bill going into effect today, the Border Network for Human Rights has organized a Marcha Masiva for the morning starting at 9:45 a.m. The mass community mobilization is against the SB4 law, which allows police agents to ask about people's immigration status.
They are wrong. I mean, these racists, they have a very aggressive agenda against our community. We believe that the elements that the judge had yesterday, to provide the injunction were constitutional elements. What that means is that he found most of the SB4 law unconstitutional, and I believe that other courts will do the same. We cannot have our local police departments enforcing immigration laws. It's not the role, it's not the responsibility.
The march will take place at our Armijo Park, located at the corner of 7th Street and Campbell, and then it will be followed by a rally at 11 a.m. at San Jacinto Plaza. Also for today, the queens of rock and pop, Gloria Trevi and Alejandra Guzman, will share the stage for the first time ever at 8 p.m. this evening at El Paso County Coliseum. Tickets are still available at Ticketmaster.com. As Hurricane Harvey left thousands of families and their pets at Houston homeless, the Humane Society of El Paso partnered up with Brad Keats, the main organizer and volunteer for an animal rescue and fundraiser event happening from 2 to 11 p.m. this Sunday, September 3rd at San Jacinto Plaza.
Wonderful man by the name of Brad Keats reached out to me, letting me know that, hey, he'd done an event like this in the past, let's do something to help Hurricane Harvey, and I was all for it. Seeing the photos and the videos of the absolute devastation over there, we couldn't just stand by and do nothing. And it very quickly took on a life of its own. We got tremendous showing from our friends, from the Humane Society of El Paso as a whole, my co-workers, his friends and family. Everybody came out wanting to help. So it's pretty exciting. It seems like there's a lot of people who want to do good and assist the victims of Hurricane Harvey, and we're pretty excited to be able to give them an avenue to do that.
Just to give you a little perspective, during Hurricane Katrina, when I visited the temporary ASPCA shelters there, they were set up in airplane hangars, in arenas, and in equestrian training centers. And dogs were stacked up in crates 3 high in aisles for months. So it's just mass devastation. Every shelter in the affected areas had to be evacuated. And couple that with all the pets that got left behind by their owners or just got lost. The plan for the event is to fundraise to set up a caravan so that we can send a crew of volunteers to the affected areas to reach to the temporary shelters. And then once the crew is at the temporary shelters, they will load as many pets as they can into the vehicles and bring them back to El Paso. So on top of that, we're also receiving supplies for both people and pets. And since the vans will be empty on the way to the site, we're going to be filling them with as many supplies as we can receive at the event, and then donating those supplies. First, we'll take the human supplies to the Red Cross shelters and the shelters set up in the affected areas, and then we'll take the supplies to the temporary pet shelters, and then at that point, the vehicles will be empty and ready to receive animals in crates, and we'll bring those animals back to El Paso. They'll be staged at the Humane Society, and then the Humane Society will coordinate foster and adoption efforts for those animals, and that's the plan.
They are asking for underwear, socks, bottled water, and feminine hygiene products to help the people affected by Harvey, and also for collars, food, leashers, canned wet food and tuna for cats, and many other supplies to help orphan pets as well. To view the complete list of items or to donate, go to the Humane Society of El Paso's website, www.helpaso.org, and for more information or questions about the event, contact Brad Keats or Ryan Coolihan at the email shown at the sidebar. Up next, Gloria Trevi with more events.
The Hard Knocks Costume Cars of El Paso presents the 2017 Great American Rockabilly Riot. This is a Southwest festival where costume culture will be featured and where family-friendly activities will take place. You can expect a costume car show, ride rods, and motorcycles at the 6th annual and biggest Rockabilly Riot around the border town. It will be held all day this weekend at the El Paso County Coliseum. For more information, go to rockabillyrioteptx.com. UTEP's Office of Special Events will present legendary band Guns N' Roses as they continue their Not in This Lifetime tour this upcoming Wednesday, September the 6th. Having been last year's most successful rock tour, the hard rock band is ready to perform at El Paso starting at 7 p.m. at the Sunbelt Stadium. Tickets are still available at all Ticketmaster outlets. The Consulate General of Mexico, the Chamizal National Memorial, and the Centro Cultural Mexicano Paso del Norte invite the binational community to the photo exhibition Una Sonrisa a Mitad del Camino from one of Mexico's most controversial couples, Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo. They will inaugurate the exhibition at 6 p.m. on September the 7th at the Chamizal National Memorial Gallery, and it will remain open until December 22nd. Now, let's go with Mike Flores for sports.
After an 0-3 start to the season, the UTEP volleyball team will host the Glory Road Invitational this weekend at Memorial Gym. New Mexico, Youngstown State, and North Dakota are scheduled to go head-to-head with the Miners at this invitational. Game 1 against UNM begins today at 7:30 p.m., and tomorrow they'll continue against Youngstown State at 1 p.m. and later against North Dakota at 7:30 p.m. As football season is finally getting started, UTEP will open up with the 7th-ranked team in the nation in Oklahoma, with Heisman hopeful Baker Mayfield leading the charge for the Sooners. Game time is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, with the Miners being 43-point underdogs. For the first time in UTEP's history, the women's soccer team has started their season off in 4 straight overtime games, but unfortunately for the Miners, they have lost all 4 of those games. UTEP has never been to 5 consecutive overtimes. In fact, the UTEP soccer team will be looking to grab their first win of the season against Wyoming at 4:30 p.m. For more sports updates, follow us on Twitter at UTEP_Prospector.
Say what?